What's up, everybody? Rick Show King 661. Starting our first episode of No Custom Left Out. Got a good friend here from Freaks of Nature, Corey. And tell everybody what's up. Tell them your name, your club, and your position in that club.
What's going on? Corey Raybon, been in Freaks of Nature for about 4 years. Locally here in Bakersfield. I'm the VP of the Bakersfield Chapter. This is the worldwide club, but Bakersfield Chapter has been here for quite a while, and happy to be a part of it.
Sweet. So, Corey, what is your build right now? What are you working on right now?
Well, right now we got my 97 wagon. I've been rolling that for 5-6 years. A lot of people know it, but it's a long time build because we're gonna go all out on that one. It's been taking a little longer than expected, so I built me a new one, a 2021 Honda Accord. That's the one I've been rolling around this past year and hitting shows with. And got my girls' body drop Tacoma we're in the middle of also, getting ready to go to paint with that one. And so you'll see those two out on the road, and in a couple years you'll see the wagon back out.
All right, right on. So you've been in the game for a long time. What was the ride that caught your eye that said, you know what, I want to be in this kind of scene. This is where I want to go with this. This is what inspired you to go this route.
Well, to be honest with you, when I was a kid, I was into Lowriders. I wanted Dayton's, and I wanted gold bumpers and flaked out paint and gold leaf. And I picked up a Lowrider magazine every month. My parents wouldn't let me buy them, so my great-grandma actually bought them for me. And one day we went down to the grocery store with Grandma, and there wasn't a Lowrider there, but there was a mini trucking magazine. And I picked that sucker up, and I was folding through there, and there was a truck from Bakersfield in that one. And it was one I'd seen driving around. And from then on, man, it was all mini trucks there. Yeah, that truck was Alan Hall's from Desirable Images, and I used to see Desirable Images rolling around all the time. When I was a kid, I was skateboarding down the street. They'd come flying down the street, dragging, you know. And so I aspired to be one of them. And eventually, after I got out of high school, I ended up being, and I ended up joining. So.
Nice. Cool. I remember seeing Desirables around. I used to come to Bakersfield and cruise around and see them running around. That they caught my eye. First builds for me were my cousins. They had mini trucks, some little Nissan hard bodies. They were just lowered. They had systems, but the whole crew around my town, it was something new to see. That's what kind of triggered me into my build. So that's pretty cool, man. So you are a painter.
Yep.
You are in the art of painting. This is something that's in the projects right now. It's how long have you been painting?
I started. Always been an artist since I was a kid. I always drew like crazy, and then as I got older, I got into cars. It was just a matter of time before those two things met in the middle, and I ended up getting a job over at Trends on the east side. And anybody been in Bakersfield, you know the name. If you're in the Lowrider game, you definitely know the name because they were the Candy Kings, Flake Kings for a long time. And I got over there, and with my little bit of art, they taught me the rest of it. And so they taught me their style, and they taught me how to actually do the physical job of being a painter, a prepper, getting it sanded, doing it right. And then eventually I took on my own art, my own style, and created stuff like this on my own. And so here we are. It's I started there in 2000. So here we are 20 years later.
Yeah. What was your first ride? What was your first custom ride that you started off with?
Believe it or not, it was a hard body.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents were Nissan people. They still are Nissan people. They only own Nissans to this day. And so it was natural that I was going to end up with a Nissan too. And so I ended up with a Nissan extended cab. And me and my pops, man, we lowered that thing in the garage, turned torsions down, and put some shims in the arms, and moved the hangers up and cut them off, put some blocks back there. And man, that was like a little thing with me and my pops. And little stuff here and there. He helped me tweed my interior. Okay. We learned how to tweed and put foam in it and make flames in the door panels and stuff like that. And it was a fun thing to do.
That's cool, man.
Me and my dad, I was only 16, and he actually took me to my first show, which was Rezo '96. It was a big 3-day show. I was only 16, but I mean everybody was partying like they do now. But I didn't know nothing of it. I was sleeping. But it was a fun thing for me and my dad when I first got started.
That's cool, man. I like that. Another one. What keeps you inspired to keep going with this? What keeps motivating you to keep going on and proceeding with your builds?
Honestly, I think you don't stay in this. I mean, a lot of people get in custom cars and might do it once or twice, but I think if you keep going year after year, there's a genuine love for it. You just genuinely like having a modified or custom vehicle. And that's me. I got out of it for about 10 years trying to build a life and buy a house and take care of the wife and kids and stuff. But there's just something inside me that wants to drive custom vehicles and build custom vehicles. So, and now with my club and everything, man, I just genuinely like going hanging out with all the different people at the shows. And I've got so many friends and family throughout, I mean, the whole western United States, man. I got people everywhere. And so it feels good to go see my friends when we go to a show in Laughlin because I know they're all going to be there. Or a show up in Sacramento because I know all the NorCal people are going to be there. So for me, it's just a good place to see all my friends, and that's who I get along with. You know, they're other car people like me. That keeps me going.
That's cool, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in the car scenes. If there's one thing you can remove from the custom scene, you know, what would be that one thing you would remove?
Man, so Bakersfield is a mecca for custom cars, and forever and ever, all the crews stuck to themselves, and it's always been this way. No matter if it's Lowriders, if it's the hot rod guys, even the hot rod guys, the old guys, they all got their clicks, man. The mini trucks, they got their clicks. The little tuner guys, they got their clicks. Sport trucks got their clicks, and nobody gets along. Everybody's got a beef with somebody. I started cruising down in LA because there's nothing going on here, and I go to my first cruise night down there, and there is probably about 15 clubs, everybody hanging out together in a parking lot, everybody getting along.
Unity.
Blew my mind. So if there's one thing I'd be happy to get rid of, is be all the freaking haters, man. Everybody just get along. If everybody just came together and had one big cruise night, man, we'd have 2,000 vehicles over here in a parking lot just getting along, no burnouts, no nothing, just talking and having a good old time. And I wish we could have that.
That's really good, because I think that's what a lot of people would say is we need to get rid of this negativity, that beef, that, hey, you know, putting someone down on their ride, I mean, because it's not to their stature.
Yeah, everybody starts somewhere. Your car didn't start off badass. You started somewhere. You didn't start off with the best paint job, or you didn't start off with the best wheels, whatever it may be. Man, quit being a hater. Inspire that guy.
Hey, we all start on the bottom. We build our way up. The other question was, what is your ultimate dream ride? Like, what would be your ultimate dream build? And who would you want to do that with? Who would you want to build that with?
Oh, gosh.
So it's a two. Who would you like to? Anybody.
Gosh, man, you know, I got about probably 50 dream cars, like any car guy would, man. I'd love to have a two-door Tahoe. You know, I'd love to have a Porsche GT3, you know, crazy cars. But I don't really have a narrowed down one, but I would love to have some extreme sports car with some mean air ride, and of course, you know, put some wild graphics on it just to piss people off. You know, a crazy Ferrari or a Porsche. I'm a big Porsche guy right now. And lay that sucker out, have some mean old wheels on it, and upgraded turbos to get out, man. I love going fast. I like to go fast, especially if you can ride low too. And as far as building, man, I don't know. I'm not even in that game because I don't have that kind of money yet. But I don't know who the heck does Porsches up like that. But
yeah, so it's gonna do all that new fabrication for that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? It can be done.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's people out there because you see them.
Yeah.
You see them. They're all decked out. They twin turbo their Porsche on top of how fast it was in the first place, and they got air ride and big old 16-inch deep wheels like the sport trucks got. You know, they're out there. So somebody's doing it.
All right, talking about that, are you low and slow, or you like that speed? Do you like that power in the engine compartment?
Oh, yeah.
You up for all those upgrades and turbos and all that?
Yeah. I got a built motor for the wagon sitting over there with a supercharger on it. And the new car, I bought it because it's got turbo in it. I got everything upgraded in there that I could possibly buy. And I like to be slow, too. I like to just cruise around town because I don't like pissing off cops. If they don't catch you that time, they'll catch you on the next one. And especially when you're flashy, you got bright colors on it, they will get you the next one.
They will remember your ride.
So, but I like to get out and smash it. I commute to LA every week. If I got the car, man, we're going 100 all the way there.
All All right, so we know, you got your daily, pretty much the Honda. You have the wagon that's pretty much still in the works, it's still under construction. What are the future goals for that for it to be completed? What are we looking at? Do you have a timeline? Do you have some specific, just plain colors, the interior? You want to give away any of that information about that build, or is it still low key until it comes out completed?
No, to be honest, so I've won some trophies. Like, we got the top 10, 30, 50, the normal mini truck stuff. I've got some best in class, best full size car stuff. But the one thing, and I never thought I'd be able to do, is win best of show. And so now with the wagon and what I'm doing, I'm going to take the time and I'm going to go for best of show. And I want to be able to go out there, put it up, have every nut and bolt touched, and really compete with the big guys, compete with the business owners and all that. But maybe it took me 10 years and not 2 years. But that's what I'm going for. And so when it comes out, that's the plan. I'm gonna go after best of show. I want to win best of show at the big shows. So play with the big dogs.
Man, just to win awards, man. That's to get something complete is a goal on its own. Because we know that there's so much new gadgets that come out. You think you're getting close to your build being completed, and
it's a long road, and especially when you're doing a build over 10 years, man, technology changes. From the day I started this thing, I bought 2 aluminum seamless tanks. Well, it took me 2 years to save up all the money to buy all the parts to put the air ride in. But by the time we were putting air ride in, seamless tanks were old school, man. The endo tanks were coming out, the flow tanks were coming out. So I scrapped those things and I bought an endo tank, and I ended up with 2 endo tanks in there. Well, I rolled that for 2-3 years. Well, now putting all brand new setup in there again. AccuEarth came out, and we're doing ABS now. So everything changes, and who knows? By the time I get the same roll again, might be some new stuff.
Right. Got to keep up with the new tech. It's coming. It's new every year. There's something else. Like I said, these rides are never done.
No.
It's a journey. It's something that's going to be stretched out over time. So why don't you give a little insight on yourself? Like, give us a little background about you and you as your person.
Like I said, I got into mini trucking when I was young, and grew up in the car scene, always kind of being in it. I've done a lot of different things. I got into car painting when I was young, went from working fast food and flipping burgers right to car painting, made a decent living at that, but it was never enough to own a house or anything. I quit that, went and did real estate for a year. Wasn't my cup of tea. As you can tell, man, I'm a little different, man. I'm not the suit and tie type of guy. So went back to painting cars for another 3 or 4 years, and then still, man, I just wasn't making a good enough living as far as I saw it. And so I ended up going out in the oil fields, which is kind of a normal thing here in Kern County. You either work in farms or oil fields, or you have a plain Jane job. And started making a good living. Bought a house and started doing good for myself. But the problem was that now I'm out of town all the time. Now I travel. Now I do a lot of different things. And I didn't get to watch my kids grow up. So I ended up coming back to town, working for Trends again, but Trends on Stein, and did that for about a year. Well, my daughter was a senior. I got to watch her do her senior year and do prom and all that stuff. And then once she got out on her way, man, went right back to them oil fields and started making that oil field money again. Been living in Bakersfield my whole life. not a bad place to live. Very economical. Only thing I can say is I hate the air. Air could be better, but not a bad place to live, man. It's very economical. You can live here pretty easily. Take care of a wife and kids pretty easily. And overall, man, it's been a pretty good life to me. I've had a lot of ups and downs. But as far as car scene, we got a lot of good clubs here. We got a good scene here. Me and my club, we throw a cruise night every month, as you guys might see on his channel. Man, he goes these things every month, and that's something that's trying to bring the car community back together and get people out. Because I mean, people don't cruise anymore. The real custom cars don't cruise. The tuners and the freaking sport trucks and the new modern muscle guys out there burning up the parking lots, man. That ain't getting together and cruising. That's a little bit of vandalism, if you call it, to me anyhow. Man, you guys could do it better, in my opinion. But the meetups, man, cruising used to be every Friday and every Saturday. You see the heavy hitters out in town. All the heavy hitters just stay out because they don't want no trouble no more. So I've been painting my whole life. Even though I work in the oil fields, I still paint just because it's my creative outlet. I got to get that stuff out. I love doing it. And yeah.
That's nice, man. I just want to say thank you for taking the time, for blessing the channel, making it episode 1. Love seeing your art. They're everywhere. Everywhere I look now, I see it. I just seen one at the SEMA show.
Yeah.
Actually, there was 2 of them there.
Yeah, 2 of them side by side over there.
Side by side. Like I said, I see your Honda everywhere we go. I see the buddies' trucks. You know, I see your touch on a lot of rides, and they're eye-catching. They're amazing. It's talent, and keep up the good work. This build, I know, is going to be amazing when it's done. I mean, just the way it looks now, it's badass. So stay tuned for that wagon. Later on, we'll give you some footage on that. That Honda, we're about to check it out, get some rolling footage, and like I said, appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Thank you, brother. And y'all stay tuned. Freak Show King, Corey, Freaks of Nature. On to the next one. Peace.